What was the last thing I was looking at? Well, it was really just rosters, so I guess I'm getting caught in a big lie right now.
Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to trap you. I was excited for like what big brain stats and analysis we're gonna come through. We'll see how it unfolds as we get into the series.
I did have the roster reveal, which we now have on screen, but we got Anime Demons taking on Pink Lambos, and I noticed a lot of players that have some familiarity in the up-and-coming open bracket scene. Jay Gravity, one of the most passionate and loud players. Schlags, he's been an up-and-coming pro. And then Dog7, the legend, on mouse and keyboard, one of the best mouse and keyboard players we have in the scene. So despite still being early in the tournament, we got some notable names here in round 3.
Yeah, I think this is fun. This is really the stage of the tournament where you start to see some of those more familiar rosters, familiar names coming into to fight it out in this round number 3. Game 1, an early lead here for Pink Lambos, but the contest is on the A side. Vampish is going to win over the kill, and now we see that lead being chipped into. Here's the decision for Anime Demons. Do they go for Overshield? Do they go for the triple cap? And it looks like the decision is to play for that power-up. Already positioning 2 players here at the ready. Vampish gets a clean pickup. Even though he's receiving some fire from elbow, it's not going to be enough to take him down. Instead, it just gives them information on where to make this push.
I love the decision there from Anime Demons and Vampish. They had went down in numbers, knew that playing for the objective, probably not the best case scenario, as they play for the Overshield instead, but that gets negated quickly, and now we hop on board here with Dog7, the legend, and you can see immediately that this player is on mouse and keyboard with the quick snaps and flicks, hits the headshot on bullets, and Dog the legend doing a great job here, helping his team come back with the capture of C and B. They should potentially have a tie game or a lead when this one's wrapped up, when this sequence is wrapped up.
Ooh, nearly hits with that powered up plasma pistol round, and then kind of doubling right back, holding on to C. Now the fight's shifting over to B. A big win in the back of B by Schlags to reset the zone, but the fight's not over. Schlags stayed alive in the back of B, and now Dog the legend is fighting for the top mid. That sniper getting ready to spawn in, and Schlags almost single-handedly held on to that B hold to keep the points ticking for Pink Lambos. Jay Gravity now, T-Wave plus Sniper plus Shroud Screen, the secrecy, the sneaky play. One shot short of the double kill, the assist comes through, but those power weapons are on the ground. That Sniper still has some utility left, and it looks like Dog the legend on that win resets the zone and should pick up those weapons.
The Shroud Screen continuing to provide intrigue here in the HCS. Does it look like Jay Gravity there in the corner of that Shroud Screen magic? I don't know if there's a field of view issue or if the player just simply could not see Jay Gravity in the Shroud Screen, but he was able to take a wide glimpse at the entirety of A sandbags, saw that player pushing through mid, took him down. So again, the Shroud Screen, we saw that in the last series, a new use for it. We saw now Jay Gravity using it in a new way here on stream as the meta continues to develop here in Season 2.
See if the Shroud Screen comes into play as Overshield is spawning in just now. We see that is probably the most common use on live fire for the Shroud Screen to kind of disguise your push across that open field to get to the Overshield pickup. And here comes Jay Gravity, perfectly timed to set up Dog the legend, and that's the most kind of predictable use, but it works. Why rewrite the script when the most basic usage of the Shroud Screen gets the job done?
And again, we're seeing that Shroud Screen get aimed at the lower part of the Overshield, not directly on top. And I'm noticing that is the play right there. All of the HCS, even Optic and FaZe, they were shooting for the top of Overshield when they put the Shroud Screen down. Now we're seeing these amateur teams in the open bracket show one better. So I think that's extremely exciting to point out when you look at just the way that this meta develops with the new instances of sandbox items, weapons, utilities, all that, as the Shroud Screen has really impressed me, honestly. Like it looked like a kind of like a plodding, slow pace, kind of cheesy power up or power utility in Halo Infinite, but I think it fits right in.
And I think you bring up a good point there that whether you're on the pro teams or your amateur team, you see players across all the skill levels are putting in the time and experimenting with this new utility. So it's not just the pros that are going to discover the best usage. It can be an amateur player, an amateur team that really comes out with what could become the new meta. We're still watching that develop. The triple cap is in for Anime Demons. They had a little bit of a point deficit, but man, did they climb right back into this game quickly. off the backs of that triple cap. Now it's just a 15-point game. Anime Demons are here to fight with that demon mentality. Vampish is rotating around the back of C. He has the repulsor. Watch to see if J Gravity stays on the map in this fight, but it looks like it's Dog the Legend who's going to be the first one taken down. Multiple players still for Pink Lambos trying to defend C, but the numbers advantage is in the hands of Anime Demons on this push, and they take the lead.
Great job here by Vampish, recognizing instantly that they need to push into that A side. With all four going down for Pink Lambos on the C side, they now spawn on A. And that's great recognition from the Anime Demons, but a great play by Schlags as he earns himself the double kill. Without that double kill, there's a potential trip cap here for Anime Demons. Instead, it's a trip cap for the Pink Lambos.
Saw the triple cap from Anime Demons, and now Pink Lambos. The best way to respond when the lead is taken from you is with a triple cap of your own, and this is a tie game at the halfway point for both teams. Schlags has been playing just incredible. You saw him defending the back of B, you saw him with the double kill at A, and now the double kill on C. Whichever spot on the map Schlags goes, he's finding the kills for his team. Nearly doubled up kills to deaths, and on those important objective plays as well.
Pink Lambos with a little bit of as they have the trip cap, the lead, and they're going back for C. Unbelievable hold here from Pink Lambos, as just as it looked like the trip cap was about to end, it's back on.
Oh, incredible movement from J Gravity. The curve slide jumping off of that electrical box, finally taken down. Stalled for a few extra seconds. Pink Lambos now with a 40-second lead, and they're climbing towards that 200-point mark. Schlags is still at the top of C Tower, giving sight lines, giving pings and call-outs for the teammates as the fight shifts over to B. It's Dog the Legend finding kill after kill. Anime Demons still down in numbers, and it's getting very close to that danger zone of the match.
Yeah, approaching that 200-point threshold. Anime Demons are going to have to go demon mode on this match if they want to come back in this game, as in now a full minute just about separates these two teams. And it's not even the minute disparity. It's the fact that it's looked from the eye test perspective like all Lambos. The trip cap and then losing C and then instantly getting it right back. They are rotating and cycling this map to perfection. You're seeing here Dog the Legend with a great example of it, flanking through the pillars here. Has 2 down, potential 3. It sends Vamp down to no shields, but I love the patience here. Recognizing that that player is so weak, Dog the Legend is going to play this out, but he can't wait too long. Perfect timing. The shields are still low, and the life has diminished for Vampish.
Yeah, and I think it was Anime Demons even with the overshield. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Simply Fear Me who had 1 overshield. And now the next round of OS goes back to Pink Lambos. Not only do they have the zone control, they have the power-ups. They have all 4 players from Anime Demons trapped back at the seaside spawn. Mace is rotating through the top mid. Doesn't need to overextend for the kills because the team fire is in place. The double assist. Now that forces the rotation to B. Anime Demons did find their way to break out of that spawn trap, but they are not getting any points on the board for it.
This would be really impressive here for Anime Demons if they're able to capture A. Stuck in that AC hold where they only have B, they don't score points, they don't have the high ground, they're stuck in the low ground, and you're seeing a little bit why. But 2 down for Pink Lambos. Despite that, they're getting the scoring. Expecting Schlags with another huge play here on B. That's twice in a row that Schlags has really made the play that's defined the moment of the match. But now Anime Demons have A and C, but just like that, Dog on the other side is looking to flip the script. C in contention, B in contention. This one's coming down to the end game as Pink Lambos only need 20 seconds to win this one.
And Dog kind of left capturing C in order to contest at B, so he had to wait for other teammates to kind of fill in, but the fight was already over. A great response from Anime Demons. They're 80 seconds behind, but they have points climbing, and that also important B-side capture. So Simply Fear Me is going to kind of slow down the pace a little bit. Crouch down at the bottom tunnel, but Schlags is going to find him out. Nice repulsor play. Going to buy some time for Simply Fear Me, but the grenade, the BR, the team fire comes through. This is where Pink Lambos could put the finishing touches on this map if they can get the A-side capture, but nothing's guaranteed. Dog the Legend goes down. Schlags trying to fill in, but he's weak and has to disengage from the fight. He's trapped in the bottom of tunnels. This is a huge turning point in the game. Anime Demons, you see the overshield is on the ground, bodies dropping, and the whole time this fight's happening, Anime Demons are creeping up on the scoreboard.
Pink Lambos with the slay disparity, but when it matters most, Anime Demons find the answer, find the slays, find the overshield as well. It's going to lead to a double kill, killing spree. C now flipping, and a potential roll here for Anime Demons as they take down 3 more. Dog the Legend, last player alive. Mace on that overshield as well. But Dog pushing up there, gets that close spawn for Mace, who's able to then turn it into a remote detonation. Huge play off the back foot for Pink Lambos. Despite the strong performance, they're now on the brink of losing this match.
On the brink of losing this lead at the very least. Just 3 points now, 2 separating the teams. There's the lead flip. Anime Demons have come back into this game. They lost so much ground off the triple cap, but they find the answer at the right time. And it's going to come down to just the last 1-2 rounds of Slays. This fight for B also crucial as Schlags once again clutches up to get the capture.
Wow, Pink Lambos with a reversal of fortune at a moment where they needed it most. And now lead going into the 240s, but it's very narrow. 1 foot on the capture point could pause this eventual win. That's a huge killer on J Gravity. Mayski has B though, and they're gonna protect it all the way throughout. That player pushing up from Nest just a second too slow as Pink Lambos has the defense at the end to secure that victory. But my goodness, did it get really mixy there. Anime Demons, they started playing like demons, put on the push, made it close, but ultimately go down.
Incredible back and forth between the 2 teams, and I love the play from Schlags there to capture that B stronghold at the end of the game. Ultimately, that capture was what gave them the victory. Then they set up a perimeter. They stopped any pushes to contest on the zone. They kept the points climbing to the very end. But wow, what a back and forth competitive game we saw.
It just goes to show, right? Because I think throughout that match, you had Dog and Mayski really popping off, like with almost like a 2.0 KD disparity. Yeah. Schlags wasn't playing that well in terms of kill-death ratio, but my goodness, the smart plays on B ultimately won them that game as we now switch into our main match, Locked versus Greasers, hopping back on board here with Arctic.
That last match that you saw was a little bit of bonus content, and wow, am I glad that we were able to get into it. Big shout out to the LVT production team for giving us almost like an opening act on the show, and now we're into the main series. So it's the same winners round 3, but now it's Locked versus Greasers, the fight for the overshield. And I don't know how to say his name. Jay Runk wins out. The overshield already has the sniper. This is some good positioning for Greasers, who are trying to mount upset.
Jay Runk looking to make a run with it. The overshield and sniper in his possession, and so too, most importantly, is C, because that would have been a trip cap for Locked. So Greasers, they have the utility, they have the kit to stop the bleeding, but instead Locked continue to score here. They're now looking for a trip cap.
Potential for a trip cap, but B is quickly flipped back over to Greasers. Even though Locked had the early points on the game, it's not easily won. The Locked still need to stay in the fight. We saw them so dominant in the winners round 2, a quick 2-0 series and a fast pace of play that they no doubt are going to bring with them into this matchup as well. But as we continue through the bracket, every match gets a little bit more intense, gets a little bit more heated. As we see Greasers at number 35 seed, they have 3 points on the board, but they're stuck on that B side. We see an unusual AC hold working for Team Locked.
Yeah, and Greasers, they're going to have to get it greasy, raw, a little dirty. It's not going to be a pretty win if they're able to take down this Locked roster, but if they can get in the mix enough and really prevent this over rotation from Locked, right? They're cycling a lot. They're really pushing for trip caps. They're constantly holding forward. And if you're Greasers, you could kind of use that, you know, almost like a scouting report to predict what's coming next from Locked, because they have not changed up the strategy, and it's been pretty clear what their goal is.
Their goal is complete domination, qualification into pool play next weekend. That's what Locked have their eyes set on throughout today's bracket, but it's not going to be an easy road for them. They are pushing for that triple cap. Tremor's going to stabilize Team Greasers with that seaside hold. But it seems like every time Greasers find one hill, Locked just adjust and pick up whatever they left behind. They're happy to just trade hill for hill throughout this game. So Jally at the back of A now wins out the kill, the assist rather, the team fire coming through, a big win, and now some more points for Greasers.
Yeah, it looks like another player here on mouse and keyboard. 2 sequences, 2 series in a row here on LVT, where we witness M&K players here deep into the winners rounds. Very impressive and very exciting to see, as the likes of both input devices getting a little bit of love here on LVT, as Jolly looks to continue pushing up with that mouse and keyboard as 2 players spotted at Nest. And this is gonna be a very difficult situation to win out on. 2 pros, 2 players, 2v1. You're not gonna win that very often.
Didn't win in this scenario either, and we see both A and C trying to be flipped over by Locked. They win out on A. Now they're fighting for C, but it looks like Tremor, once again, a clutch play. Really impressed with Tremor. It seems like back-to-back moments on that A side capture that Tremor has been the player from Greasers to really stabilize the team. But you got to watch out for Onboard. He might have rotated away from Ness, but he doubles right back and doubles up on the kills.
And this is a lot of what we've seen throughout the early goings of this qualification tournament is the underdog, the lower seed, blow for blow, par for par when it comes to slaying. Look at it. I think it's just an even disparity right now, but look at the score. 60+ seconds there for Locked, and that just goes to show that's the difference between these top teams. It's not so much often the individual skills. We see some individual skill performance here from Onboard, but it's that teamwork, it's that coordination, communication, really taking advantage of your positioning and your numbers, as we've seen Locked do that. Despite not having the slay disparity, they're up big.
They're up big on the score, even if they don't need as many slays, but Onboard continues to add slay after slay. The snipes have been absolutely deadly on the side of Greasers, and now using the repulsor to send back the frag, avoid as much damage as possible. Now using the repulsor and another utility to gain high ground. It's Onboard versus Tremor, and in a pretty much straight up 1v1, Tremor comes out with the win. I gotta give props.
Yeah, these guys can all hang individually. That sequence right there shows it. The scoreboard itself shows it. The kill death ratio shows it, but the scoreboard still wide open. Now 100+ second lead here for Locked as they look to continue to rotate around the map, recognizing that their opponents have the A spawn, might trickle out to B. Jazero has that locked down at the nest side, and now you're just seeing a perfect formation here. Jazero with the high ground, and he's picking these teams off like fish in a barrel.
And I know that this game is going to continue on. It's a little bit of a blowout right now, 130+. So what we're going to do is hop back into that other matchup where we caught game number 1. It was fairly close, very competitive down to the wire. And this game 2 Slayer also looked to be competitive. We saw Pink Lambos clutching up in game number 1. So now it's on Anime Demons to tie up the series and force the game 3, as they do have the slim 2-point lead.
Ice Kid, it looked like trying to prevent a camo grab there. Not sure if that player made it out, but that's going to hurt the chances here for Anime Demons to hold on to this lead. But they're doing a great job playing defense here. Look at it collectively all on the side of C. I think I saw one player there at A as well. So you have almost like a mix and matched flipped map here as Anime Demons occupy the side of C. Pink Lambos on the side of A, but it's Pink Lambos now pushing up there, pressuring the players at the back of C. But interesting enough that Schlags and Macy are still in the back of the map. So, Dog, a little push forward here. Is he bait?
He might be as that bait, trying to just lure out the positioning of the other team. But now it's Dog going after the kill. He gets the double melee. Does he stay alive, though? It looks like Vampish and Bulls are both going to try to collapse on that kill, so it's just a trade. Still holding on to the 4-point lead are Anime Demons. I like that Pink Lambos are not letting them get too comfortable. They're still pushing the issue as J Gravity with one of your favorite weapons, that Disruptor pistol in hand. But look at the tricky kill. It's Ice Kid on the run, giving the slip to J Gravity.
Disruptor in the hands of J Gravity, but it's Ice Kid disrupting the plans he has to take him down and come back in this match as Ice Kid eventually goes down. Great persistence there from Pink Lambos, but it's equally great persistent on the team side for Anime Demons as they've maintained this lead now at 5.
6-point lead and climbing, now 7. A nice win there from Vampish, and you can see the intensity. Anime Demons not happy with that game 1 loss. It was a close game, and now this game is starting to run away. Pink Lambos have maybe 1-2 responses left in them before this is a GG's and we head to game 3. What can they do? Right now it's simply Fear Me who's been the overall slaying leader, 14 and 8. Great assists as well across the side of Anime Demons. They play for this active camo. Dog the Legend, again, you can see the speed on that mouse and keyboard, quickly shifting from one target to the other, checking lanes, but reloading a second too quick because Bulls gets away. The camo is burnt. Pink Lambos cut that lead to 6, but can they close out on the rest of these kills?
4-kill lead now. One team wipe, one possession separates these two teams.
Huge.
In a crucial do-or-die match. Anime Demons needing this one to stay alive in the winner bracket side of things. Now down, excuse me, now up only 2, only up 1. We're starting to see a comeback here from Pink Lambos, and now's where Magic, they've been staying back. They have the numbers here. Let's see if they continue to push out and really start to increase the aggressiveness here.
Yeah, we saw Pink Lambos with a very aggressive play in game number 1, but right there was the survivability of J Gravity that now leads to the tie game. Dog the Legend on the flank. flank gets taken down, but there's 2 players weak. Will Schlegs get there in time to clean up the rest of the kills? But no, it's Anime Demons winning kill after kill. Schlegs is the last alive, and he's collapsed on back to that 4-point lead when it was just seconds ago. Tied up. Do Pink Lambos have another comeback in them? Dog the Legend is trying to make it happen with a big initial break kill, steals away the shock rifle. Dog the Legend has been that solo player for Pink Lambos throughout this game, but now trying to single out Anime Demons with a potential shock rifle. Perfect kill, headshot for the break.
Dog the Legend with 5 shots in that shock down. Or excuse me, needing 5 to win, but he goes down. That's a huge kill for Anime Demons as the wave continues on, but an equally huge kill there for Mace, but no. Anime Demons in what looked like a mirror image flip of game 1, Magic, right? You had Anime Demons come back late, and then in that, but they won. The Anime Demons ended up coming back and winning it, holding on to it. Previously, though, in game 1, you had Lambos, who was up, and then Anime Demons came back. They ultimately ended up losing it, but it was Pink Lambos who needed a late last game-breaking, a saving, essentially, comeback there on Stronghold. So in a alternate reality, this could have very well been a 2-0 sweep for Anime Demons, which means this game 3 is going to be equally, if not even more so, intriguing.
It really feels like these matches are like a relay race with different players being passed the baton, taking their leg, but it all is coming down to like that last final sprint to the finish line. Each of these games between the 2 teams has come down to the final seconds with a lot of back and forth in the early and mid stages of the matches. And what that tells me is I'm glad we switched to this series, because not only do we get a game 3, it's almost impossible to predict which of these teams is going to have the advantage in this 3rd match.
Oh, you gotta. Jay Gravity's in the tournament. It's an open bracket qual. You gotta keep some eyes on Jay Gravity, because you know the passion and intensity is going to be there. And I know, as a Halo community, that is one of the reasons why we tune in as we head now to a game 3. And now, what's important to note is that this is a best of 3, right, Magic? So, game 3. Going to be the final equalizer in this series, but it's not going to come down to a Slayer. It's going to come down to the objective efficiency once again of these 2 teams. And you look at a game type like Capture the Flag on Aquarius, you really got to have the efficiency, right? Sometimes it's not even enough to get the slays. You really got to make sure that they're at the right time and place so that you can get those flags out in timely scenarios, or even get a flag out to potentially prevent a score from the other team. So this one is going to be hot and frenetic. It's going to almost have the intensity and feel of a Slayer, but it's a CTF here instead.
Game 3, the first game 3 on the broadcast, and the first time we're seeing CTF Aquarius. And I'm gonna add one more element to that. The winner of this series goes on to face the winner of that Locked versus Greasers that we caught sight of. It was Team Locked that ended up winning game 1, 250-1. So excited to go into this competitive neck-to-neck matchup, assuming the winner of this game goes on to face Locked. Not confirmed just yet. Let's see what Ice Kid can do with the camo in hand. Finds the back to 1, make it 2 players, and now trying to stay alive. Potential for a flagpole for Ice Kid.
Big brain positioning by the LVT team to swap over to this series, and big brain positioning from Ice Kid there to earn the double kill, and then he carries it on. This is, oh my God, this patience. Almost not enough, though, as Ice Kid will ultimately go down, but 4 go down for Pink Lambos. Anime Demons with a chance to pull this flag out. Can they predict where the spawns are? Getting that jump is going to be the answer to whether or not they get this one in.
Incredible plays from Ice Kid with the camo, and then the positioning here from Vampish at the top mid while Bulls is rotating the flag. Ice Kid's back in the fight. The first capture comes through. Anime Demons starting out strong.
Wow.
But we've seen the back and forth. The tug of war 2 are going down for Pink Lambos. And then the trade, Pink Lambos, no opportunity for a counter pull as all 4 go down. They need to go back to the drawing board.
Ice Kid with the ice in his veins to start off this crucial game 3, where the winner maintains their spot in the upper bracket. Ice Kid with the 2 kills on camo, and then found 2 more. That is as efficient as you can get when it comes to that camo usage, and it's a big reason why Anime Demons are up 1-0.
Plenty of time left for Pink Lambos to mount their comeback, and we would expect no less. They get that opening kill, and now it's Simply Fearme contesting at top mid, takes down Maysky, but the camo is going to be back in play in just 4 seconds. So Dog the Legend is really trying to monopolize this top mid, control half of the shield, and then it might be a little too early. went over for the camo a half a second, maybe even a full second too soon, and didn't regenerate that shield.
Yeah, and Dog was really forced there to kind of overextend to top mid because they were the last player alive with camo up. I think Dog just wanted to do his best to potentially burn that. But not only is he not going to burn it, but he's going to pick it back up at bottom mid. Unbelievable sequence. You had to imagine that that got away from Anime Demons in the comms.
You know what? Dog the Legend just put a tracking beacon on that camo before he went down. He's like, I'll come back for you, baby. And he left the camo there on the ground and then off to respawn, you know, picked up where he left off. You almost never see that happen.
That was unreal.
Because the camo had to sit there for 8+ seconds, you know, 10, 12 seconds for Dog to get back to it. But he pulled it off, and now he's on the chase, finding the back of 2 players from Anime Demons. He's going to stop this flag run short. Vanquish is still here at the back of Seaside, at the utility side that's actually numbered for Anime Demons. That reset doesn't fully come through. Anime Demons still managed to find a way to rotate this flag.
Wow, and despite the camo and the heat wave for Pink Lambos, it's going to be another flag score here for Anime Demons. Again, 2-0 lead. Pink Lambos are reeling at this point. A couple minutes off the clock and already a couple scores here for Anime Demons. We're going to have to see that bounce back that we saw in game 1 for Pink Lambos if they want to come back in this crucial game 3.
Go down though for Pink Lambos. Schlags is last alive. Anime Demons, they do have only a few players left, but there's no one really with that map control, with that dominant position. Pink Lambos need to find something to build off of. That second capture, it looked like it was going to be a reset, but Pink Lambos unfortunately fell apart. Anime Demons capitalized and they have that insurance capture for their work. Schlags on the fight. Commando is firing, but the melee does not connect, and so Schlags is going to be taken down. Another push from Anime Demons is building.
Yeah, I love that play there from Bulls. Really did a great job to bait the melee there from Schlags. He was playing for the trade, but Bulls was not, as he continues to push through. His team continues pushing through. Flag out again, and this has felt almost like a strongholds match in the level of rotation and overextending the rotation, the cycles. We've seen nothing but flags out for Anime Demons, and at this rate, Pink Lambos just have to win back mid-map control. We haven't even seen them do that just yet, and that starts with the camo pull. So I'm really looking for this next camo magic as a point of emphasis for this Pink Lambo squad, as they're down 2, needing an answer, finding it in the form of J Gravity, the double kill, but no, the triple not enough, and that flag is going to stay alive despite the great double.
What's the timing between power-ups, Strakowski?
2 minutes.
Like with camo? 2 minutes? Okay, so we saw there while you were discussing, Bulls actually pulled camo. It was burned as he was taken down, so you got to go back to the drawing board, back to the reset. And if Pink Lambos are going to rely on camo, they're going to have to wait for another minute for that camo spawn to come back into play. And it might be too little too late. Mace has to find a way to stop this capture, but instead of 3 straight captures for Anime Demons, Mace is just a few seconds behind. And that's the way Pink Lambos have been playing this whole game, just a half a step behind the decisive play of Anime Demons.
Now, here's what's so important to discuss here. Does Anime Demons, with a comfortable 3-0 lead, do they start to play a little bit more defense? Because Magic, for me, their defense has been this pressure, has been this offense for them. So that's going to be the point of emphasis I'm now looking for, is the strategy shift for this Anime Demon squad. Do they continue to play aggressive, or do they fall back a little bit? If they do, that might open up the windows for Pink Lambos to regain some of that mid-map control and pull a flag out.
You know what I would say to Anime Demons? If it's not broke, don't fix it. If your aggressive, fast-paced playing style gives you this 3-0 lead, don't let off the gas now, because a lot can change. There's still a half of the game left. So why would you change your approach to this match if what you're doing right now is getting the job done? So we'll see if Anime Demons are able to keep applying that pressure. That would force Pink Lambos to make the mid-game adjustment, and they need to find a pretty drastic change if they're going to come back to the game.
Oh, and I think I saw Camo sneak away with the likes of Anime Demons. Yeah, I believe it's Ice the Kid. He's been icy with that camo, continues to play well with it as he takes down Schlags, and Pink Lambos without numbers, without camo, pressure. Another flagpole likely here for Anime Demons. Just over 5.5 minutes to go. This is, I know there's plenty of time left, but this really feels like it's it here for Pink Lambos, despite the fact that there is plenty of time left.
There's plenty of time, but this is the fourth potential flag capture is underway, and Ice Kid has the camo, not immediately grabbing the flag to reveal position, but instead taking full use of that camo to re-engage for one, making 2 kills. I know you like that one, Mikowski.
Oh, it was the positioning around the... Oh, I love that, Magic. The positioning, you know, I love when players use geometry like a teammate. There we saw Ice Kid using that little like pillar on the corner like a fulcrum, dodging, sliding, evading in and out left and right, making sure his shields were at a comfortable, favorable position as he eventually goes down. But nonetheless, it's great plays there from Ice Kid. And despite the fact that this doesn't go in, Magic, up 3-0 again, Anime Demons using offense to play a little defense, but don't look now. Pink Lambos has a chance to score one.
This is a must capture scenario. They cannot afford to get this flag reset. They can't afford to lose more time in this game before putting a point on the scoreboard. And you're kind of seeing that shift here. Pink Lambos are playing with a little bit of desperation. Maybe they're not making the smartest plays because they're feeling the urgency of time. And there's the counter pull coming through. Anime Demons, they get the reset, and now they have a potential 4th cap underway. It's looking more and more dire. And now the flag toss to the top of the platform. It goes through. The 4th capture, so textbook, so smooth.
Look at the speed from Ice Kid. He almost looks like he's playing on ice skates. It's been that aggressiveness. It's been that speed. That's been the answer for this Anime Demon squad. That's why they're up in this game, tied in the series, a crucial game 3 at a moment, Magic, where the next round extends to best of 5s. And as an open bracket player, pushing through the open bracket, the grime and the mud and run, it is all about getting to those best of 5s. And looks like Anime Demons on the brink of not only a best of 5, but a 5-0 here in this game. Unbelievable performance from them.
Another camo won over by Anime Demons. Every time you think that Pink Lambos, okay, they're going to have a response. It's been a competitive series. We're ready for them to bounce back, but every time Anime Demons, they see that door start to creak open, they just slam it right back in their faces, capture after capture, and that must capture being stopped short and then turned into a counter cap for the 4-0. That felt pretty decisive. Barring a miracle, it's going to be the Anime Demons moving forward to play against potentially locked in that best of 5 you're referencing. This game's not over yet. 3 minutes or 1 capture left for Anime Demons to move forward, and Simply Fear rotating through utility. 2 targets for Pink Lambos, but as the 2v2 and the double assist comes through for Simply Fear, no hesitation, quickly grabs that objective.
This Anime Demons team, we've seen them cause some chaos in the open brackets. I don't see very many familiar players on Anime Demons here on this. I think maybe Vamp or Ice Kid are the players.
Simply Fear is a name familiar to me, yeah.
Yes, and Simply Fear Me. So not the full roster we've seen here for Anime Demons. And also important to know, Magic, this would be an upset right here. We have the 19 seed Anime Demons taking on the 13 seeded Pink Lambos. So Anime Demons playing like their namesake, looking to cause some chaos here in the open bracket.
Hey, I didn't even realize that it was a potential for an upset, or on the very brink of that upset. Full credit for Pink Lambos. They're still staying in the fight, even though they know it's nearly impossible for them to get back to this game. They'd have to get a capture on the 30-second pace, which is possible on Aquarius. They're still running the flag. J Gravity is on the move, but 2 go down, 3 go down. Macy is the last alive and forced to play for his life. And now Simply Fear Me's hopping onto that return. Macy has to desperate just to get a touch, but the touch didn't come through. Instead, it's the reset, the return of the flag, and the potential for the 5th and final counter cap as Anime Demons once again have control of that camo, monopolizing it throughout this game.
Yeah, and for Pink Lambos, a lot of times when they've had flag pulls, it's really been the last player alive, just inching it forward a little bit more. So despite the fact that that was quote-unquote a close one with that flag getting to the generator, it really never was, because of the fact that you're relying on Schlegg as the last player alive. You're relying on J Gravity as the last player alive to make plays in a CTF where you can't, it's not like Halo 5, you can't shoot and run the flag at the same time. So here in Halo Infinite, almost a seemingly lost cause for Pink Lambos, as they do put 1 on the board, but are going to need probably one of the most incredible Herculean efforts to come back in this one.
It's almost mathematically impossible. 20-second flag runs, 3 in a row, almost impossible. 3 go down for Pink Lambos, and I respect that they broke that goose egg on the scoreboard. At least for morale's sake, it always feels better to end with at least 1 capture to your team's name, even if it doesn't affect the outcome of the match itself. It's all about the morale. It's all about the mental side. Dog the Legend putting up some good numbers. In fact, nearly everyone on the game with the 20+ kills. Schlags is 17 slays, but 13 assists. A pretty high slaying game for both sides, as well as the assists. But here comes Mayskeet still attempting to work that objective, trying to get another capture for Pink Lambos.
22 seconds left on the clock as this one is all but over, a formality at this point, as the remaining 8 players in this lobby look to put the final kills, assists, and deaths on the scoreboard. Likely won't see another flag go in, as this one should be a 4-1 convincing lead and upset here for the Anime Demons as they move on to winners round 4, taking down Pink Lambos, and now looking to take on that locked roster with Tony, Envor, Jazero, and Arctic. The task gets much taller for them, but for now, a celebration as they move on.